Okay, quiet, please. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm asking for everyone to be quiet here in the surroundings. I am so excited to be here with you today. My name is Virginia Rivera, and I am your trainer for this Women's Economic Empowerment series. I am here sitting comfortably in our IIU studio, coming to you to bring information that is key for us to live a better life, a more um, equal life. And I am so excited to bring a topic that is key and that I don't think it's discussed enough. And that is access to finance and microfinance for women. How important is it for us women, half of the population, to get the equal treatment when it comes to considerations for finance, capital, and microfinance? Let me tell you, we're going to be delving in today into the benefits of making sure that women have the same rights as men when it comes to access to capital, to financing. So I am so excited to be here with you because at IIU, we truly believe that access to quality education is a right for everyone, not just for some of us, but for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a man, it doesn't matter if you're a woman, it doesn't matter what gender you've assigned yourself. The truth is that if you're a human being, we want to make sure that you have access to quality education. I am going to fix this here for 1 second. There we go. And I'm asking everybody here in the studio to please be quiet so we can go ahead and start our session. IIU is in over 195 countries, which makes us the largest e-learning platform in the world. Our visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, had a dream. His dream was to make sure that everybody had access to education, no matter where they lived, no matter where they were around the globe. If you go to our YouTube page under International Internship University, you will find thousands of sessions on different topics that you will have access to. So become a member today, be a student, or more importantly, if you are a faculty member, you're a mentor, you're a coach, you're a teacher, and you want to also give your everything that you know, your knowledge, you want to share that, you want to mentor other young people, other learners around the world, becoming talented and skilled workers for the 21st century, this is your place. So today, like I said before, we were going to be discussing access to finance. And this is a topic that is so crucial in order for us to attain gender equality. And a lot of people say, Virginia, why do you continue harping on gender equality? Well, the truth is that if we don't have gender equality, we will never live in just and fairness. And we want to make sure that the Declaration of Human Rights is respected all the time. And a lot of times this comes with education. You may not know that me, Virginia, as a woman, has the same rights as him, Mario, as a man, the same one. We are not differentiated. Nobody says that one is better than the other. No one in the Declaration of Human Rights. Now, when we talk about religion, that is different. These are your values, these are your convictions. This is something that you're following that was created by men or your God. But the truth is that our Declaration of Human Rights says that we are all equal. So when we explain this, we also need to let you know that today women do not have access at the same rate as men to capital, financing, loans, and credit building. So this is what we're going to be talking about. And I have to tell you, I don't think it's soon enough. If we want to make sure that 2024 is the year where we really come together as a human race, when we all come together for climate change, when we all come together to eliminate hunger, to eradicate poverty, to eradicate barriers to education, then we all need to be very, very cognizant that IIU has a series called Women Economic Empowerment Series. This series is not only for women, it's for all of us, so we can all learn together. So our topic, I think, is probably one of the most important because in order for us to truly start accumulating wealth, we need to make sure, and in creating wealth, we need to do that equally. We need to have equal access. And if we're not having equal access to capital, then we're not on the same, right? So somebody's above, somebody is under. And we don't want that anymore. We want to make sure that the SDG number 5, gender equality, is attained. We have a 2030 goal. I have to say that the way we see things moving, we're not going there fast enough. So that is why we have dedicated this series every Wednesday at 7-ish India time. It would be 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We need you, and noon, it's also noon in UK. We need you to be here. We need you to invite, we need you to share with other people what you learned here. Because in this particular series, what we're talking about is really becoming sustainable as a planet where we can all thrive and we can all succeed. We can all live peacefully. So I'm going to start with our topic today. So let me go ahead and get my presentation going. I'll do this quickly. And I think the lighting is a little off, so I really apologize, but at least we have, let's find our, and I'm, like I said, I'm always so excited to be here with you because the truth is that these topics are so important. And I have to say that they're also so important to our visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, who believes that women should be everywhere, that there should be women's representation in everything. That means we're talking about education, business, politics, government, in every aspect and every important pillar of society, women should be. So we're going to go ahead and start. So access to finance and microfinance. Why is this so important to women? So access to finance for women is really, really crucial because it really helps us bring the issue of economic empowerment. But it's not only economic empowerment. We need to start talking about social justice and equality. So when we're talking about really bringing equality to women, I want you to think more than anything, social justice. This is what our society really needs in order to live in fairness. If we don't talk about these topics, if we don't educate, if we don't become educated about these topics, then it will be very hard for us to really attain the gender equality and the life that we could all have when we're here in this world. So reducing, number one, we need to promote women's rights. And why? Because women's rights are human rights. Reducing gender disparities, and you still know wherever you live, the world, there isn't one country yet, one that I can say that we are equals. We need to foster an inclusive and sustainable development. So economic empowerment, financial independence, breaking the cycle of poverty. Do you know that the majority of households that live under the poverty level are led by women? So we need to make sure that we change this. Gender discrimination, barriers to accessing financial resources, lack of financial literacy, and that is very important. And we're going to be having our financial literacy class next week. So please stay tuned. And limited collateral or credit history. So why is it crucial to have access to finance for women? Number one, economic empowerment. Let's talk about it. Access to finance allows women to have control over their financial resources, enabling them to make independent financial decisions and then also pursue economic opportunities. I call this financial autonomy. What we're looking for is for women to have financial autonomy. And that is nothing more that you have your money and you make decisions with your money that are to your best interests, to your family's best interest, to your community's best interest. That's all it means. Financially autonomous is not the dream saying you're going to become financially free. I think we should all be financially free. But being financially autonomous means that you have your money to direct the life you want the way you want. And this is key to living in and living in a just world. Men are not supposed to be covering what you do at all. At all. You should be doing this together. If you decide at home that he's going to be in charge of the finance and you're going to be in charge of something else, that is a decision made by two adults. But the truth is that as women in a household, even if we are a two-person household, we need to have knowledge of what is going on financially in our home. We need to know this. You need to do an economic, and I know a lot of women don't want to do this. Want to know, that's his job. Dirty money is dirty. Money is not dirty. Money is freedom. Think about that. Money is freedom. And you know what we're looking for? We're looking for that every human being lives free, with dignity and prosperity. So it's not just women, it's just not men, it's all of us. So this is why access to finance is so crucial for women. Financial inclusion. When we give access to finance, we ensure that women have equal opportunities to participate in the formal financial system. We know that our countries all have different currency, but there is sort of one financial system. It allows them to open bank accounts, access credit, and utilize financial services that can improve their financial well-being. And let me talk about this a little bit. Your health is part of your well-being. Your finances are part of your well-being also. So let's keep this straight. You know how a lot of women will go over to her husband and say, I need money? I think that when you ask for money this way, it's because you already know that your household has enough, that your household will be able to accommodate what you want to spend money on. You have done the economic exercise of, yes, I don't work, but that money is also mine. And I don't have to say, please, please, please give me money. It's like, I need money to do this. Okay, so I want you to start thinking of yourselves as partners. But if you're single, or you're divorced, or you're widowed, it is so much more important for you to have financial access to the financial system. Poverty alleviation. A lack of access to finance is often the barrier that women have. So not escaping poverty. If you want this upward mobility, you need to make sure that you have access to finance. With access to finance, financial success and resources, women can invest in income generating activities like businesses, buying real estate and renting it, start or expand their actual business, and improve their living standards. This in turn helps lift them and their family out of poverty. So let's talk about poverty. Poverty is not being able to cover financially your basic needs. Because I know that a lot of people say, oh, money is so dirty, but if we don't have money, we can't live, right? So in order for us to have shelter, in order for us to have food, in order for us to have clothing, in order for us to have education, we need to have access to finance. We need to have money, 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 money. I'm not saying that money is the most important thing in the world. Definitely not. Without health, we can't do very much with our money. But if we have money, we can find the best doctor, the best hospital. So you know what? It all relates to the same thing. So why is it important for women to have access to finance and microfinance? Because we're humans, because we live in this world and we all need this. We don't have to ask permission. We need to go out there. We need to work. We need to recognize what it is that we have. We need to really empower ourselves. And one way is by access to financial system. Gender equality. And I would say that this is probably the most important, right? Right now, we know that the actual picture is tipped the other way. Men are here and women are here. We want to see not women above and men above. This is not what we're looking for. We're looking for equality. Access to finance is a critical component of achieving gender equality. It helps address the gender wealth by providing women with the means to accumulate assets. What does this mean? Accumulate assets is you can buy your bicycle, you can buy your car, you can buy your home, You can buy your business. You can buy the inventory for your business. You can buy food to sell in your restaurant. You can send your kids to school. These are the reasons why we need to have access to money. It really brings us all together and it makes us equal. When we build credit history, and credit history is I went to the bank, I got a loan, I paid it on time, I have excellent credit history. When I have excellent credit history means that if I need money again, I can go back and I can ask for my money at the bank or at the financial institution that you choose. So this is very, very important. And also you need access to financial tools that can contribute to the long-term financial security of you and your family. What does this mean? If you work in a company, it's a 401k. What does this mean? Savings accounts. What does this mean? It means IRAs. It means just different systems. And so you can actually invest and see your money grow instead of just saving. We've talked about investments before. So what is microfinance? So microfinance is providing financial services to low-income individuals. And who is a low-income individual? You know what? It's just an individual like you and me. The only thing is that they probably are not making enough money to cover their basic necessities. So how do we provide a loan or financial services to a person that we sort of know that will not be able to cover everything? Well, in order for them to start covering their basic necessities, we have to we have to create products, financial products that will help them and show them how paying on time, maybe only eating the same thing the entire week, will help us save a little money as long as it's healthy, right? Maybe not going out to eat in a restaurant and cooking all our meals at home may help us save money. Maybe not going to the beauty salon as women or men and only going once every 2 months may help us save money. Maybe not buying food out and actually taking our lunch from home is actually helping us save money. So when we save money, we can actually start participating in the financial circle, right? So microfinancing is providing financial services to low-income individuals. We focus on small loans, savings, and insurance. Principles of microfinance. What are these? Well, like I said before, you're going to have a set amount of money. You're not going to make more than a certain amount. You're probably not going to live in a certain neighborhood because this is geared towards people that are living in a poverty situation or very close to it. And we want to help you get ahead. So it's not for everyone. If somebody already has a great paycheck, has a wonderful, big, big home, lives in a very affluent neighborhood, microfinancing may not be for them, but it may be for their daughters or sons, because maybe the wealth of the parents is not the wealth of the son. So we need to just realize that this is providing low income. And when somebody starts a job, they're actually low income because they probably didn't start unless they're owners of the business all the way at the top. So I want you to think about what microfinance does. It also provides financial inclusion. When we create products for low-income individuals, we're including them. This is not only for the rich, this is for everyone. It has a social impact. I start to believe that I'm able to do and capable to do certain things that I know I can do here, that I've probably educated myself, and now I need the financial help to help me grow, right? So all this is very, very important. So what are the benefits of microfinance for women? Number one, economic empowerment, and that's what we're all about. Economic empowerment is not that you are powerful economically. It means that you are empowered with your economics, with your money, with me. I know where I stand. I know how much I have. I know how much I need. Also, it helps us with income generation. If we are able to get microfinancing, we can buy bigger inventory. We can buy more food for our restaurant. We can actually pay for labor, other people to help us grow our business. It also helps us with asset accumulation, buying lands. A lot of people inherit lands from their parents, right? And the moment they marry, it's no longer theirs. It becomes their family. It doesn't mean that you should not know what your asset is. It doesn't mean that you should not know what you bring to the table. I have to tell you, we're in 2024, and I do respect a lot of tradition and custom, but it does not mean to keep women in the dark. It means that we should all be informed. So if you inherited lands and your lands is, I don't know, a value is $400,000, you should know that even if you bring it to your partner and you say, this is ours, you should still know what you brought to the table. It's a very, very important for you. Decision-making power. When women have access to microfinance, they can make decisions that are to their best interest. And this is key. I want to repeat, to your best interest. I can make decisions on what's best for me, on my family, and my community. Poverty alleviation. We talked about this a little bit. You know, if you are living under the poverty level, again, this is saying that you can't pay for food, you can't pay for your general necessity. Then we need to look and see how can we really make this better. Many times you need microfinance to start a income generating business, or you can actually see how much land you have and you can sell. So, you know, there's so many things that we can do once we have access to microfinance. It improves our living standard. I'm never going to say that being poor is not dignified, because I have been to many homes that are humble. My home was humble when I was growing up, and my mother was a divorced mother with 3 children. Because my father fell in love with somebody else, you know, and this happens every day. It really wasn't my mother's fault. He just fell in love with somebody else, and he did not take care of his responsibilities, which were his children. So we lived in a humble home. Nonetheless, we lived in a clean home. We had really great living standards because my mother worked. So she was able to keep our house clean and keep our house safe. Right? That's also very important. Many times we visit family and friends that are not in those conditions. You know what? This is a great opportunity to reach out and say, you know what? There's some organizations that do microfinancing. Let's start a business. It never takes away the dignity. Now, I have to say, if you don't have a place to live, if you don't have a job, many times you will not feel that you're living in dignity. And that is something that we need to. Entrepreneurship opportunities. If you have access to microfinance, you will have an opportunity to probably grow a business. And that is so important, especially for income generation, right? So again and again, there's so many benefits for women having access to microfinance. Starting or expanding your business. You have already a business that sells food. You have a little cart. Maybe now you can actually have a location. Or maybe you can have a kitchen where you can cook for many people. And job creation. When we have businesses, we create jobs and we allow other people to also live better and improve their standard of living and alleviate from poverty. So if we become job creators, we're actually helping. We're helping the world. We're really getting out there. We're doing what we need to get done. Microfinance offers several benefits also. Overall, when we think about microfinance, we have to think that it plays a crucial role for women to economically know where they stand, reduce poverty, promote entrepreneurship, and foster gender equality. Economic empowerment comes when microfinancing provides women with access to financial resources, such as small loans and savings accounts, allowing them to start or expand a business or generate income. Like we talked before, poverty alleviation. You know, by providing financial services tailored to the needs of this low income individual, we also help women microfinance and break out of poverty. And this is other benefits is entrepreneurship. You can actually start a business or financial inclusion. You will get the information that you need. You will actually have access to this. And that is so important. Other benefits is social empowerment. Access to microfinance can enhance women's social status and decision-making power within her household and her community. This is so, so, so crucial, especially for mothers that are divorced, for mothers that are widowed, for women that are single mothers. So how do we do this? Well, we build credit. And what is the importance of credit history? Credit is particularly important for women because it can help us address gender disparities. Remember, men are here, women are here. We want to make them equal. Credit is a powerful tool that can empower women economically, promote entrepreneurship, and contribute to the overall financial well-being. It's really important that we ensure that women have equal access to credit and financial services. Building credit history. So how do we do this? So when we build credit history, we'll have access to loans and other financial services. We'll build trust and credibility. Our credit scores and reports will get bigger, better, and we'll be able to get loans. We'll understand credit scores and their impact on our life. We'll monitor credit reports for accuracy. We want to make sure that that credit report is correct. We'll pay bills on time. We'll keep credit utilization low because we'll learn how to manage our credit. And we'll maintain a mix of credit types. And that means credit, and that could be loans and credit cards and any other financial product that you can use. And here's some of the reasons why women should have and build their own credit, right? Number one, financial independence. I said financial autonomy. Number two, they can grow their entrepreneurship and their business development with credit. They can get the education and the skill development that they need. If you have credit, you can actually go to university or private university. You don't have to do that here at IIU. Our fees are so nominal, and many times there's no fee attached because we already have sponsors, and we only have, we don't have sponsors. We have benefactors that help us get the information to you. And these are like Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust is probably the most important one that really helps us get access to all. And all of us, when we buy a certification, we buy a course, we're helping other people get education. Asset accumulation. Credit enables women to acquire assets such as home, property, and business. Also, emergency and financial stability. Have you ever heard of saving for a rainy day? That means that you should have between 3 and 6 months of money saved in case something happens. You get sick, you lose your job, whatever, but we really need. And building credit history. Credit history is that little number that says that you can actually pay off a loan, and that is how you get money for yourself. So how does access to microfinance also help us with business development? Well, number one, it gives us a role because we come with the money. It helps expand or start a business. It helps us buy equipment or inventory. It also gives us funding options, to how do I want to do this? It allows me to participate in government programs and grants. Why? Because once I have the business, then I can actually access grants. But if I don't have a business, nobody will know that I need the money, right? Crowdfunding platforms. We're talking about Kickstarter, GoFundMe. These are crowdfunding. Providing business planning. Like, how do I want to grow my assets? How do I want to grow my business going forward? This is all for entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs, when they get microfinance, they can actually grow. They can actually budget their money. They can help with cash flow management. And that is okay because when we actually open a business or we have an income generating business, we help ourselves, we create jobs. And I would say that it should be all of our goals, even if we have a job, to have a side hustle, something on the side that's going to provide us that extra cushion of money so we can invest, we can buy, we can do whatever it is that we need to do. So it also helps us with the financial planning and our budgeting. When we have access to microfinancing, we can set financial goals. We can create a roadmap. Where do I want to go? How do I want to grow my money? We can create a budget. We can track our income and our expenses. All this is really important for you to be able to get access to microfinancing. You need to know how to financially plan and how to financially budget. These are very important things for you to do in order to look really attractive to a financial institution. When you financially plan and you budget, You can set financial goals. You can set short goals and long-term goals. You can save for emergencies that we talked. You can save for your children's education, for your own education. You can actually save for retirement. You can actually have expense effective tracking systems, like, okay, I'm spending this amount every week. Maybe I want to cut back. Maybe I need to increase. You can monitor what we're talking about, your spending habits, and you can identify areas of cost cutting. We can all, at some point or another, save a little, not spend so much. And this is very important. So how do we overcome challenges and we empower ourselves to have access to finance? Number one, we need to make sure that we address the gender biases and stereotypes. We've talked about this a few weeks back. Look for it on YouTube. You'll see it. Talking about how do we break those gender biases and those stereotypes. Women don't know how to manage money. Women are not good. I'll tell you something. Studies show that women pay better than men when they have loans. They pay their loans faster and on time than men. I'm not making this up. This actually exists and it's real. It addresses the gender discrimination in accessing finance. When a woman goes to get a loan, where's your husband? Where's your dad? You know what? No, we're working. We can actually go by ourselves. We don't have to go with anybody. Promoting gender equality in financial services. We need to make sure that there's representation of women in these services. Financial education and literacy programs. We need to be financially educated. In school, they don't teach us this. So we need to do it upon ourselves. We're going to be having financial literacy next week here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. India. Make it a point to be here with us. Advocacy for policy changes. You know what this means? It means that if you live in a country where you're telling women, please have babies, and women have to have babies and have to work also, what are you doing to make her life better so she can actually work and have children? Are you paying for her childcare? Are you giving her a tax incentive? Are you sending her money every week? What are you doing? So in order for us to advocate for policy change, we need to know what's going on. We need to support networks and mentorship. We need to make sure that if you are a woman of means, you are helping other women become women of means. We need to advocate for women's rights. You know why? Because they're human rights. We all deserve to have access to financial resources. Promoting equal access to finance and microfinance. This is a no-brainer. We all deserve the same opportunities. When we empower women, we empower them to demand their rights, and their rights are human. So I'm going to share with you some case studies that exist that are very, very good. These examples highlight the transformative power of microfinance in empowering women and families, enabling them to overcome financial barriers and achieve economic independence. They will demonstrate how access to financial resources, coupled with the support and the training, can create a ripple effect of positive change in the lives of women and their communities. And why do we mention so much communities? It is studied and it is shown that when we invest in women, communities prosper. Get this in your head. I want you to understand. When we invest in women, may that be education, may that be job creation, may that be entrepreneurship, we also help the communities. And if communities prosper, our countries prosper. So let's go ahead. Number one, Grameen Bank and Mohammed Yunus. Grameen Bank was founded by Nobel laureate, you'll see him right here, Mohammed Yunus. He has empowered millions of women in Bangladesh, but not only in Bangladesh, all over the world through microfinance. This is everywhere. It's in US, it's in Europe, it's everywhere. One notable success story is that of Jahanara Begum, who used a small loan from Grameen Bank to start a poultry business. With her hard work and determination, she expanded her business, increased her income, and improved her family's living standard. This is what it's all about. Kiva and Fatima. Kiva is a financial institution that provides, it's a microfinance platform that has supported many women entrepreneurs around the world. They loan money with zero interest from, I think it's $1,000 to $15,000. It's called crowd lending because there's some things that you have to do in order for you to get their help or assistance, but it's something that you can actually do. One example is Fatima, a woman from Morocco who used Kiva loan to start a weaving business. With the loan, she purchased the weaving equipment and materials, which allowed her to increase her production and income. Fatima's business has not only provided her with financial stability, but has also created employment for other women in her community. Let's talk about Siwa International. Siwa and Rima Nanavati, Self-Employed Women's Association, Siwa, in India has empowered countless of women through microfinance and other financial support. Rima Nanavati, a prominent leader in Siwa, has worked tirelessly to support and uplift women in rural areas. Through Siwa's microfinance program, women like Manjuta Ben, a vegetable vendor, have been able to access small loans to expand their business and improve their life. You see, these companies and these organizations provide microfinancing. We're not saying millions of dollars. We're saying enough for you to buy your inventory, your equipment, and make your life better. Another one is BRAC, BRAC, and Fazil Hassan Habet. BRAC is one of the largest microfinance institutions globally. It has transformed their lives of many women in Bangladesh, but all over the world. For instance, Reena Begum, a woman from a marginalized community, received a small loan from BRAC to start a tailoring business. With her newfound financial independence, Reena not only improved her family's living conditions, but she also became a role model. And this is exactly what we're talking about when we empower women economically. It's not only a matter of social justice and human rights, but it's also a driver of sustainable development. We become role models. You teach other women. It becomes a job creation. I personally know somebody that I really appreciate. Her name is Jolly Shukla. Jolly Shukla in Kunda, India, has a bandana parlor. In bandana parlor, she empowers women to learn how to sew so they can actually make beautiful saris, so they can actually start their road to financial autonomy and help their families improve their lot in life. I think it's so beautiful because I see the women getting, they met, I was there, I participated, and the conversations that happen. You see one woman coming in being shy, and all of a sudden she is amazingly empowered. This benefits individuals, families, communities, and societies as a whole. By investing in women's economic empowerment, we can create a more inclusive, prosperous, and equitable world. Again and again, we need this call to action. Empower women economically. Support equal access to education, training, and financial resources. Together, let's create a world where all women have the opportunity to thrive and contribute to the best of their ability to a sustainable and developing. We need to take action. That is why we're here in IIU. The courses that we offer here at IIU are courses that are made for everyone, not just some people, everyone. We want to make sure that you have access to quality education all the time. I can't thank enough our visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, who's not only an incredible entrepreneur, he's a social worker, he's a change maker. He's definitely an advocate, not only as a lawyer, but only an advocate for everybody, for social justice. We follow his footsteps because we believe. We invite you to become a member and become an e-learner with us. We have thousands of you all over the world. Let's meet together. Also, why don't you become a mentor? Or more importantly, become a teacher. Teach something. If you have something to share, this is your opportunity. I can't wait to see you again next Wednesday here at 7 p.m. India time, 9:30 Eastern Standard. We will be here. We'll talk about financial literacy. I think it is good for everyone, not only one, but for everyone. This is our